Famed martial artist and movie star Bruce Lee once said he practices the art of fighting without fighting. So today we're going to talk about the art of starting a conversation without using words. That's next on today's episode of the Social English Podcast.
今日のエピソードでは英語圏である西洋諸国における特定の社会的状況についての重要なソーシャルイングリッシュのヒントをお教えします。アメリカ、カナダ、イギリス、その他の英語圏の国で実際に使えるように英会話のスキルアップに焦点を当てた社会的状況に関する大事なヒントを聞きながら学んでいきます。
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Social English Podcast with your host here, Percy. I am so happy to be able to spend some time with you today so we can talk about some social English skills. Let's build up your English skills today, a little bit every single day. Today's episode is more for an intermediate medium level English speaker to an advanced speaker. But first, I want to say to my return listeners, thank you for coming back and spending time with me today. I know you could be anywhere else, but I really appreciate you. So, with that being said, let's get into today's topic. Think about this. Someone walks up to you and says, I like your shirt. Today, let's talk about more conversation topics and more skills at getting better at English conversation. We're going to talk about non-verbal conversation starters today on the podcast. So, first, what is a non-verbal conversation starter? What does this mean? What's the meaning? Non-verbal conversation starter. Okay. This is when the beginning of the conversation, the icebreaker, is from something someone sees. That is what I mean by a non-verbal conversation starter today. Today, I'm just talking about something that a person sees when you look or you watch two people talk, like a movie or a television series, or just in the real world. You see two people talk and one person starts the conversation with an icebreaker from something they saw. Okay, you'll see what I mean. So today, let's talk about this more. When two people are having this conversation, one person sees or does something that starts the conversation. Today, I thought it'd be interesting to talk about your clothing, your clothes. So, Japanese culture, Japanese fashion is unique. It's very interesting to other people from different countries. But let's talk about these clothes you wear as a Japanese person as being conversation starters. Yes, just your clothes can start a conversation. Many English speakers first come to Japan and notice that many Japanese clothes have something in English on them. Usually, the English is a little wrong if you are lucky, or really wrong if you're not so lucky. If you are an advanced person studying English, your skill level is high, you have seen these clothes and probably don't wear them because maybe you realize what they say. You might even tell your Japanese friends, do you know what that t-shirt that you are wearing says in English? And then maybe you will translate. But if you are a beginner, you probably don't understand. That's okay. My advice is to wear those clothes still. Maybe not the really strange in English ones, but just a little bit of English off here and there, just a little off. Try it. If the shirt isn't offensive or sweater with English on it and just a little funny, it can be a great non-verbal conversation starter, especially if you want to meet and make new English-speaking friends. Let the shirt do the work for you. The shirt will have people see it and talk about it and want to ask you about it. This is why I think it's great. So let's try something together. I want to call this Scenario 1. Let's role play. We are going to pretend we are actors in a situation. This is role play. I will be myself and you will be you. Okay? So here's the role play. You are a study abroad, foreign exchange student from Japan, but you are studying in Canada at the University of Toronto. I am a classmate of yours in an English writing class. I am Canadian and I only speak English. You are wearing a t-shirt from Japan you bought in Osaka. I am also interested in Japanese culture, but you don't know that yet. Okay? So let's begin. Me. What does that say on your shirt? You. Excuse me? Me. Where did you get that shirt? You. Back in Japan. Me. Do you know what it says? Yes, but I didn't realize how strange the shirt would be until I came here. Me. But it says, make future so round. Yeah, I know, but I bought it because I like the design. Me. Oh, I see. It does look kinda cool. Okay, in scenario 2, let's try something else. Wearing a popular Japanese character t-shirt. The reason this is a good conversation starter, and sometimes in English we say conversation piece, something to talk about, is that anime is popular around the world, especially in Western states or countries, such as Canada, the United States, the UK, and so on. Let's try using this in the same conversation and the same scenario. So, let's start. Me. Is that Tanjiro on your shirt? You. Excuse me? Me. Where did you get that shirt? Back in Japan. Me. I am a big fan of Demon Slayer. You. Really? Me too. Me. I just watched season 2 yesterday. You. My friends in Japan told me the new season starts in Japan soon. Me. That's so cool. By the way, I'm Percy. Okay, so these are some great ways that a conversation is started with a conversation piece. Someone may notice something about your clothes that are interesting to them. This might surprise you because in Japan, this is normal and no one talks about it. Your action item for today is this. Respond in English to scenario 1 and 2. Try to practice the words that I used in the scenarios 1 and 2. Then try to respond in your own way. So, here is scenario 1 for you to respond to in your own words. If you need to go back in the podcast to listen again, go ahead and feel free. Okay? These are just my parts. Please respond, okay, with your parts. Scenario 1, you are a foreign exchange study abroad student, and the conversation piece is a Japanese bought in Osaka t-shirt with wrong English on it. Okay? So, let's get started and let's begin. Me. What does that say on your shirt? Me. Where did you get that shirt? Me. Do you know what it says? Me. but it says make future so round. Me. Oh, I see. It does look kind of cool. Okay, so let's run that back. Let's try that again. And this time I will just say all of my part, but I will not say me at the beginning. Okay? Because you should understand that I'm the person talking to you. So I will just say what I would say. Okay? So let's start. Let's begin. What does that say on your shirt? Where did you get that shirt? Do you know what it says? But it says make future so round. Oh, I see. It does look kind of cool. Okay, so that is scenario 1. Please play at 0.5 speed if it's too fast for you, if I spoke too fast. So now let's move on to scenario 2 and let's get started. Scenario 2, remember, now you're wearing a character shirt of Tanjiro from Kimetsu no Yaiba Demon Slayer animation. Okay, so let's get started. Me. Is that Tanjiro on your shirt? Me. Where did you get that shirt? Me. I am a big fan of Demon Slayer. Me. I just watched season 2 yesterday. Me. That's so cool. By the way, I'm Percy. Okay, so let's get into it again. Let's get deep into it. This time, I'm going to say it again, but I will not say me, and I will try to use a faster, more natural English speed in conversation, okay? So please respond as you would and try. Now, if I do speak too fast still, slow it down to 0.5 speed on your podcast player. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. Is that Tanjiro on your shirt? Where did you get that shirt? I'm a big fan of Demon Slayer. I just watched season 2 yesterday. That's so cool. By the way, I'm Percy.
このショーを気に入っていただけたら5つ星のレビューをぜひお願いします。コメントは英語か日本語でお書きいただければ喜んで読ませていただきます。リアルソーシャルイングリッシュ .com にアクセスしてぜひ無料でダウンロードしてください。ほとんどの日本人の英語を勉強している人がやってしまいがちな7つの間違いとその正しい言い方。また、毎日英語を上達させるのに役立つ資料もたくさんあります。Apple Podcast、Google Podcast、Stitcher、そして今はパンドラでもポッドキャストを購読いただけます。支援者になっていただけませんか？私たちがこのショーを作るための支援として5ドルの寄付をお願いできませんか？今後のエピソードで感謝の気持ちをお伝えします。また、そこでしか利用できない新しいコンテンツも入手できます。patreon.com/socialenglish からご参加ください。ソーシャルメディアで私たちのポッドキャストを友達にシェアしたり、Twitter、Facebook、Instagram のフォローをお願いします。
Okay, so that's it. Your action item again today is to respond to those two scenarios, 1 and 2, and try to practice the words I used. And again, respond in your own way, the way you would try to do that. Okay, again, I really appreciate everyone listening to this show. Please tell a friend. Please leave a review. It is very important to me. One thing I really want to ask you, just one thing, please leave a 5-star review. Just one 5-star review helps this show a lot. I really want to help everyone with their English speaking, social English, give them all the hints, everything I have, everything I can teach you. I want to tell you and explain to you is the best way I can, but I need your help too. I need your help. Tasukete kudasai. I need your help to please share this podcast. Please subscribe. Please give it a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you're listening to this podcast. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate you. Love you guys out there. Thank you for support, and I will see you in the next episode.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイトrealsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.